Isolationism and its effects. When the war started in 1914, the USA remained neutral. This basically meant they were not on anybody's side, but did not want anything to do with the war. In any case, they saw the war as a distant event with nothing really to do with US interests. They had more important things at home because over the last few years, before 1914, America had become what they call a melting pot. This meant there were a lot of different races and cultures in America. Some of those were German, so which side could they join? Some of those were British, so which side could they join? There was going to be tension whichever side America decided to join. So the way they decided to deal with it was not to join anybody. On top of all of this, the American president, a Democrat called Woodrow Wilson, seen here, hated the idea of war. But events overtook him. In early 1917, Germany changed her tactics. She now was in the Atlantic Ocean with her U-boats, her submarines, sinking ships without warning who they believed were carrying goods, services, ammunition, etc. to the Allies. This meant a lot of innocent American shipping ended up at the bottom of the sea. America had no choice now. She couldn't allow American citizens and American jobs to be affected by Germany's tactics, so they do eventually declare war. But because there was no real build-up, it took a long time for troops to organise themselves, train themselves, and get to where the war was happening in Belgium and France. So they weren't ever on the battlefield until the summer and autumn of 1918. Even though this is the end of the war, they played a massive role on the Western Front. In the few months they were on the battlefield, over 100,000 American soldiers, sailors, and pilots had been killed. When the survivors returned home to the USA, they were greeted as absolute heroes, with parades and banners, etc., something you didn't see so much in Britain. But when they told their story, the story they told was very different to the message the government had been giving the American people. From now on, the American opinion about war outside of her borders was very, very strong.